Welcome to the Thrive Show. My name is Kim O'Neill, and today I have with me here Joy Resor. Joy is a spiritual mentor and author who is often referred to as a joy bringer by her clients. She has absolutely lived into her name, radiating with gratitude after years of not belonging anywhere, being tucked inside wounds, and valuing invisibility. Welcome, Joy.
Thank you, Kim. It's great to be here.
I'm glad to have you here today. And, I just first have to acknowledge you absolutely do radiate joy in all the ways that you help people. It's very obvious to me, as well as your creative endeavors. Your writing has become a big part of how you serve others. And that leads me into my first question for you is you believe that we're designed to love ourselves and our life. And that's after years of you having experienced your own hardships. Tell us more about why you believe we're designed to love ourselves and our life.
Wow, that's a beautiful question. Well, my spiritual path has been, I was born into a Jewish family. I became Christian. I became Unitarian, unity, just evolving and evolving. I wrote in my journal for years a prayer to become the joy I am created to be. I have found that my belief is that we are each a spark of divinity meant to, but when we come into this life, we get covered over with the teachers and the parents and the society. You need to be this, you can't be this, don't say this. We get shut down in ways, we might start following a path that's not really our own. But at the core, I believe we each have gifts and we're meant to uncover what doesn't work and become who we really, really authentically are. So
I love it. So how does someone go about living into a better day than they've experienced so far in their life?
I always counsel people that you can just make if you make one tweak in your understanding or your habits, change something. So look at your life, what isn't working. Don't concentrate on the not working part and choose something to do differently, maybe better. Maybe it's time to take a walk or time to get quiet and write what your heart really wants. I think there are a million ways to make our lives better.
I love that. That's really bringing in that piece of self-awareness and just taking time to look at what is, but then also remembering that you have the power to say, wait a second, if I don't like this thing, I can change it.
We are such creators. We are given the ability to change our thoughts, change our lives, change our beliefs. I have crossed so many bridges of understanding. My car was rear-ended and totaled, and I lived with that accident in my body for 9 years.
Wow.
Because I didn't believe in chiropractic, because my father was a physician. Well, that was simply in me an ingrained belief. I had been brainwashed. When I finally went to the chiropractor, I got my life back.
Wow.
Really. Just changing one thing, one ingrained belief that we've been living by, we can shift.
That's a great example. That's a wonderful example. Thank you for sharing that. Well, you also believe that we can grow and evolve forever. Let's talk about that. Tell me more.
Thank you. Well, it's so fun. Here's the little anecdote is that on my first anniversary to my husband, I woke up with this excitement and I said, we get to grow and change. And he said, what are you talking about? I am who I am. And my soul shriveled inside me like a balloon deflating.
Oh.
But I stayed in the marriage. We have 2 amazing sons who are now men who are married, and I'm divorced. But this is my belief from everything I've read and understood about us as spiritual beings having a physical experience, that growth and evolution is an ongoing and ever for now, ever and ever. So even when we transition out of our bodies, we can still be growing and evolving in the spirit world.
What I noticed about what you just said is we get to grow and evolve. Like just that one little tweak in that phrase opens up so many possibilities. That I love the way that you phrase that.
It's an opportunity.
Right.
And I really think everyone's life is so unique because we're aspects of divinity, and we get to have the lives that we dream of, want to have. Like if we think, I am never going to, I mean, I got in 4 car accidents after my car was totaled. I kept thinking, I'm going to get in an accident. Ugh. You know, I have good thoughts. I have a gratitude journal. I have a spiritual practice in the morning. I have a beautiful life that I love. And what I desire is for other people to have a life they love. Because how short is life, Kim?
Yeah. It goes by so quickly, for sure. Well, where does self-belief play a role in all of this?
Self-belief. I don't know if that term really means a lot to me, but believing in myself maybe. And oh my gosh, for decades, I didn't believe in my worth. I didn't believe in that I had gifts for the world. And when all different things changed, when I went to the chiropractor, when I got a divorce, my consciousness kept growing to the point where I understand that believing in ourselves is really, and loving, I use the term loving ourselves, is so important. There were decades ago, I thought, wait a minute, if God made me, he didn't make junk. And that was my belief back then. And these days, I just know that loving the self, believing in myself, really matters to me, to everyone I connect with, and to the world. Did you know, Kim, that as every person heals into a more loving individual, it raises the vibration on the planet? It's a good thing.
I believe it, yes. And I love that you acknowledge that the more one person believes in themselves, it supports everyone else that they're connected to as well. And we're coming to the close of today's conversation, but I know that you have an exercise that our audience can do right now that will support them in loving themselves more. And I would love if you'd share that with us right now.
Thank you. Sure. I recommend that you find 15 minutes that you can be with yourself as soon as you can. Take a piece of paper and a pen. Write down all the things you do. You might need a little longer than 15 minutes, but then look at it. Where are you honoring yourself? Where are you nurturing yourself? Where are you loving yourself? Are you even on that list? I mean, some people, when I used to lead a journaling poetry class, they would make a pie, and faith was important to them in their career and their this and their this, and they were nowhere on it. They were not honoring themselves. I have become kinder and kinder and kinder to myself. And it's beautiful to love ourselves.
That's a great exercise, yes, because it can be so easy to get caught up in all our obligations and everything we do for everyone else that we forget to pay attention to ourselves. And Absolutely. Where's the joy in that?
Yeah, where is the joy in that? But that's the culture. The
Yeah.
culture was years ago, I know it was, don't pay attention to what you need, take care of the other, take care of the other. But that, there were a lot of messages of the culture that really are the opposite of what's good for us and for the planet. Yeah.
Well, Joy, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing your wisdom and expertise. It has been wonderful to connect with you today.
You are so welcome, and thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. And thank you to our audience. We hope that you found value in today's conversation.